So for a while now, guys, I've been using something like this. This is a Yongnuo LED light bar which changes colors. You can make it whatever color you want to. And I've been putting this behind my monitor or in the room when I need to have some extra lighting in the space. But it's obviously large and it's not very convenient. So today we're going to be looking at replacing it with this. This is a MultiColour Smart Lightbulb from TP-Link, part of their caster range. And we're going to see whether or not it's worth it and whether or not it can replace something like this LED light bar. So let me know what you think and let's get right into it. So if you've been following the channel, you've been watching some of the videos that I've been putting out lately, you would have seen that I did a video recently on the TP-Link Smart light bulbs, and the one that I actually thought I put out was the one that was going to be about this one, which was the multicolour version. But what actually happened is I realized on camera that they actually sent me the soft white dimmable version, which is absolutely fine. I actually still use this and I have it in my bedroom and it's awesome. But the one that I was actually most excited about was the multicolour version, which I finally have here today. Now this particular version isn't released yet in Australia, so that's kind of exciting that I'm getting, I guess, a first hands-on impression of it. There is no pricing on it though yet, guys, so just stay tuned for the pricing to get released from TP-Link or your local retailer. The cool things about this light bulb, so we'll just quickly recap some of those features before we set it up. So this one is 800 lumens, that's how bright it can go. This is the, not bayonet fitting, this is the Edison fitting, so you can just screw that bulb in. I believe there will be a bayonet fitting as well though. You've got on the back here, it's obviously multicolour, no hub required, so it just connects connects to your existing Wi-Fi. Control from anywhere through the app on your phone or on your iPad. Has voice control, so it works with things like Google Home Assistant or Amazon Alexa. I believe it also works with Microsoft Cortana as well though. You have an auto white feature as well, so if you get sick of the colors, you can just set it back to a warm white or yellow, just depending on what you feel like. So that's kind of one of the cool features about this light bulb. You can just set it to whatever color you feel. You can set it up with scenes, time of day. You can turn it on maybe as you're leaving the office, getting ready to come home, or whatever you want. So let's go ahead and quickly unbox this guy, get it set up. We'll go through how to connect it using the Casa app, and we'll see how it looks in this space. Like I said, the whole point of this was to replace that big LED light bar that I had, and it's not really going to be a light bulb that I would recommend for video production or anything like that, but when you're a YouTuber like me, you've got to sometimes think outside the box. So we're going to see how this goes and whether or not it provides some interesting lighting for the background. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so this model, this is the KL130, and we're just going to quickly cut the little, I don't know, sticky tape, plastic tab or whatever, pull it out of the box. Pretty simple packaging, if I can get it out of the box. Obviously haven't done this prior to this video, so bear with me. I don't know what I'm going to be getting here. Little quick start guide if you need that. You've got here some warranty information pamphlets, so we'll chuck those on the ground. 3-year warranty, by the way, on this guide, and then it gives you some instructions. So download the Casa app, which I've already gone ahead and shown. I'll actually leave a link to those other videos where I show you how to set up the Casa app if you haven't done it before. And then we have the light bulb, and that's pretty much it. So there's nothing else in the box, just an empty shell now. And this light bulb comes in a little plastic bag, and you have here TP-Link. It's actually a little bit of a different texture. It's like a blue texture compared to the dimmable one. The actual dimmable one I have in the other room, but it's actually green here, not blue. So maybe that's a way of them identifying which bulb is being used. So once you've got the bulb out, then you want to get your little lamp base and just go ahead and screw it in. Once you've got it screwed in, turn on your light switch, and it will probably default, like I thought, to just like a white or a soft white. But then what we can do is go through the pairing. So I believe when it starts blinking like this is when it's ready for you to sort of connect it up with your Casa app and connect it to your Wi-Fi. So what I'll do is I'll get the screen recording happening on the iPad, and then that way you can see how to actually go through the setup and how that looks. So we'll go to the Casa app, and we'll go ahead, and it should already be connected to the Wi-Fi, the iPad that is. So We'll just go to our devices, click on the upper right hand corner, so you can see I've already got Lightimic Lightface there, which is the dimmable one. We've got iSpy, which is the TP-Link camera. I'll leave links for those videos if you want to check out those videos. But we're going to hit the top right hand corner and click Add a Device. We're going to click Smart Bulbs. Now this is the KL130 series. This is the Smart Bulb, so we'll click Smart Bulb, make sure it's screwed in, go next, power up your Smart Bulb. Wait about 5 seconds until the Smart Bulb blinks 3 times. So it's done that, click next, connect to your Smart Bulb. So now we need to leave the app and go into the settings and go to where it says Wi-Fi. And then what we should see is the Smart Bulb show up in that menu, which it has. So Smart Bulb 59C0, that's obviously this one. Once we've connected, we'll go back to the Casa app. It's really cool. The Casa app actually gives you a notification when you've paired it to your iPad, and it notifies you to go back to the app and sort of continue the setup. So now it's saying we found the following Wi-Fi networks for your Smart Bulb. Which one do you want to use? And our one is the Cones of Dunshire. So we'll click on that. We'll go join, and now it just takes a few moments to connect. So sometimes when it does this as well, it will take sometimes a few seconds, maybe longer if it needs to do firmware updates. By the looks of it, it just changed colors, so that's a good sign. But if there is firmware that needs to be updated, just be aware that it might take a minute or 2 minutes. So we'll just wait, I'll catch my breath and we'll come back to it in a second. So now it's come up saying, let's give it a friendly name like living room lamp, but I'm gonna call it studio lighting. Studio 64, 74, what was that studio? Studio 70, Studio 54 we're gonna call it. Choose an icon, so I'm gonna choose one of these icons. Congratulations, you've configured your Smart Bulb and it's ready for use in your device list. Sounds good. So now what we can see is we've got a couple different devices here. We've got Lightimic Lightface in the bedroom, Studio 54 here in the studio, and then we've got the iSpy, the camera, currently going as well. So if we tap on Studio 54, we can now go ahead and change the color. So if I don't know, can you see the bulb? Yeah, we've got red, green, blue, but then we can also go ahead and we can drag this around and we can change the color to whatever we want. We can go to brightness. So at the moment it's 100% brightness. If we just want white, we can choose a white, so that's 9000K all the way down to 2500K. We can slide it up and down in between, and then we can go ahead and go back to that color palette if we want to. So we can have different colors for different days, different moments. Maybe you have one color for the weekend, one color for the weekdays. You can see things like how much power it's consuming, and you can also just go ahead and turn it off if you want to turn it off as well. So what we can do maybe later is we can set it up with Google Home Assistant or Amazon Alexa, and we can say, hey, Studio 54, you know, change color to pink or change color to red, and it can be all controlled through voice commands as well. So that's really cool. You've also got a schedule here, so maybe I'll set up a schedule when the days that I'm streaming, it can actually already be the color that I want it to be at that time. So that way it just saves me it saves me a little bit of time getting everything set up. But overall, I think it's a pretty cool little light bulb. Now, what I wanted to do was put it behind the monitor. So let me just do that quickly, and we'll see how it looks with these other lights off and see how much light we can get shining up the wall here. So just give me a couple moments and I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, so now that you've seen how it looks with all the lights off, you saw all the different colors hopefully shining up and down the wall, hopefully gives you a bit of an idea of where I might be using this in future videos. But one thing that we both, I guess, mentioned to each other, that's Alexandra and I, is that compared to the Philips Hue bulbs from many years ago that we used just, you know, for kind of a bit of fun, and they were like downlights almost, is that they were not as bright as this bulb. Now, I haven't checked to compare with the current generation of Philips Hue light bulbs, and I'm not trying to say that this is better, but I'm just saying that over time, the technology seems to have gotten better, and this bulb is actually quite bright. And that was the main complaint that we had about smart bulbs in the past. So, and the other thing as well is on the app, there is an A for, so there's red, green, and blue, and then there is an A, and what the A is for is auto white. So you can just tap that, bang, just go straight back to auto white. But I think I'll be mucking around with the colors quite a bit. I really like it. I think it's quite interesting. It would be kind of cool, just saying, if there was a way to cycle through the colors. Maybe if they could build that into the app, maybe in the next app update. I don't think it would be too difficult to do. You've already got things like the schedule in there and everything else, and maybe it would be a cool feature, because people would use these, I feel, in like a party environment or a party setting, especially if you've got 5 or 6 of them. So having them cycle through colors, I think is probably the next thing that they should try and include on the app. So TP, if you're watching, TP Link, if you're watching this video, maybe think about adding that in, because I think that will give you a bit more of an advantage to some of the other competitors that don't have that feature. So let me know what you think. If you think this light bulb's cool and you want to check it out, I'll leave a link to where to go and check it out. It is not yet released in Australia. I believe it's probably moments away of getting released in places like JB Hi-Fi, Harvey Norman, Kmart, those kind of places. So just stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And don't forget to chuck it a like if you like this video, and make sure to hit the subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos like this. Take it easy. See you in the next one.